Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Michael got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle with the 15 to the 20. Breaks free of the 25 to the 30. To the outside. 40. Midfield. 40. 30 to the coast. 20. 15. Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this TGI Mickey Ficky Friday. It's the weekend, baby. And I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. And I am fired up. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Listen. Go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait, there's more. Go to the show's page. Go to Shawn and Maya in the morning, like that page as well. So not only will you be following Sports Zone Chicago, but you'll be following Shawn and Maya in the morning as well. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, come on, listen, go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button. It's free 99. You don't got to worry about it. All right. But also click the notification button. That's the little bell that's right next to it. And that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, if you're watching us on our mobile app, yeah, baby, yeah. But if you didn't know we have a mobile app, come on, man. You got to keep up with the Joneses and them. We have a mobile app. So here's what you do. Wherever you get your apps from, it doesn't matter where you get them from, whether it's iTunes or Google Play or Amazon or Walmart or Kmart or 7-Eleven or Zayre or Zemsky and Macy, Montgomery Ward, Woolworth, Venture, Weebolts. Doesn't matter. All right. You go there, you type in Sports Zone Chicago, you download it, take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, and not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew. And I mean a slew of articles thanks to my man Clarence Council III. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. Now, if you're watching this, if you're watching this on a Roku channel, I like that kind of party, baby. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. Sports Zone Chicago, we have our own Roku channel. So if you have a Roku television in the house, do us this favor. Do us this solid, would you? All right, do us this favor. Okay? Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel right to your television. Boom. You're like that. All right, put it right there next to Netflix, Hulu, Prime, HBO Max, Apple Plus, Disney, Paramount Plus, Stars. All right. Oh, is there another Stars out? No, I think it's coming in August. Yeah, I gotta double check. Anyway, download Sports Zone Chicago's channel right to your television. Watch it on the big screen. However, on the big screen, right? Mickey, Ficky, now. Now, you can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online, you want to know what I did? Well, let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. If you want to follow my lovely co-host, Maya Akai, you can follow her on Facebook and Twitter at the Sports Chica. If you want to follow her on Instagram because you're IG and you do it just for the gram, well, just follow her at Maya_Akai. It's MAYA_AKAI. Man, we got a great show for you, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or mobile app, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll put it onto the screen and we'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, It's what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around, and that's you. So keep them coming, baby. Bring them all. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. Like The Rock said, baby, don't sing it. Just bring it. Let's see who we have in the chat today, because the chat is jumping. Patty, Lana. Patty, happy TGI Mickey Ficky Friday. You switched to Mickey Ficky and you could do it your way. Happy Mickey Ficky TGI Friday. Okay. What up, Patty? Oh, my man. Jeremiah is in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. Cornelius Squalls, what's up? What up? Sports owners, they in the house. That's what I'm talking about. My man Armando Emeterio Lara Jr. is in the house. My man Junior is going on. Brewhaw 7 in the house. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Leo Factor is in the house. He's joined us. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Mashawn Walls in the Mickey Ficky house. Mickey Ficky TGIF. What did you do on your birthday, Superback? Well, I'll tell you about that in a second. Man, whew. That was nothing too crazy, but man, whew. Southside Bear in the house. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Listen, I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on. That I can promise you. All right? That, my people. What? Shut the front door. No one. Aha. That, okay. Okay. Well, big shout out. Okay. Yesterday was my birthday, and a lot of you reached out to me. I appreciate it. It was also Junior's birthday. Junior and I had the same birthday, except Junior's like 22 years older than me. No, he's 4 years older than me. We found out we were playing ball together. That's when we figured it out. But we also share the same birthday as Walter Payton. So yesterday was Sweetness's birthday. Jared sent me a little something, and I said, he texted me something. I texted him back. I'm like, hey, I said, I just so you know, I was like, oh, I'll tell you what I wrote. It was crazy because I found out. When did I find out? Yeah, he sent me a thing yesterday about it. And I said, hey, happy birthday to your dad too, aka the greatest football player God ever created. I said I was about 10 years old when I found out that we shared the same birthday, and I was ecstatic. And then from that point on, I tried to carry myself like him on and off the field. I tried to carry myself like him on and off the field from that day forward. I did. And you know how I found out? You may, if you're old enough, you'll know. Shell used to give out cups. Obviously they were partnering with the Bears back then, but they had player cups. So it was a big, like a 32 ounce or maybe a 24 ounce. I don't know, but it was a big cup, and it had a Bear player on it, depending on whatever cup you got. They had a number of different Bear players, and it had their height, their weight, the college they went to, but also had the birth date on it. And when I saw it, I'll never forget. So my mom was, I remember it like it was yesterday. It was cold outside, but my mom was pumping gas. So I had to be younger than 10. She was pumping gas, even though this wasn't a full service gas station. Now, if any of you guys remember full service gas stations, you're old as dirt, just like me, but I digress. So she was pumping gas, and I rolled down the window and I was like, Mom. And she was like, What, Mom? And she's like, What do you want? You had to roll down the window. There wasn't too many electric windows back then. I said, oh my God, Mom, me and Walter Payton have the same birthday. She's like, oh, that's great, hon. Get back in the car. Roll the window up. But I was so happy and so proud because I was a big fan of Walter Payton. All right. From the way he carried himself on the field, the way he played, the way he carried him off the field, and all interviews that I had seen with him, he was someone that I wanted to emulate. And I try to do my best moving forward from that day forward. So, it was dope. It was dope. But then we found out Junior had my birthday. We were in his basement, his apartment. He was like, no way. And That was funny when we found out we had the same birthday. So yeah, so yesterday was Junior's birthday. Yesterday was my birthday. Yesterday was Walter Payton's birthday. I know about 4 or 5 other people. Rick Perez is his birthday. Dawn Tipton is her birthday. Pete Hernandez is his birthday as well. Somebody else. I can't think. It eludes me. It escapes me. Oh, no way. Junior said I was actually able to talk to in 1984 Walter that we shared the same birthday. Oh, you're in the Blitz locker room. Dope. Dope. So I went and got a workout in yesterday at CrossFit Warehouse. And man, let me tell you something. It was whew. It was a good one. So I just did Wednesday's workout yesterday. I didn't go, so I switched days. And one of my friends was like, "Oh, are you coming on your birthday?" And I didn't know if I was gonna go. But I ended up going, so I got a good workout in. The workout for yesterday was 75 snatches from the ground. It wasn't even hang snatches, which would have been much easier as far as rhythm and timing. And so my friend, after 75 snatches, there's your boy. There's your boy. I was dying. Oh, that was insane. And so my friend Galia, so she threw the birthday sash over me, and then she's like, "We gotta take a picture." I was like, "All right, I'll take a picture with you with the birthday sash." So that's my friend G. Big shout out to Galia. I call her G Unit. Big shout out to G Unit and her boyfriend Louis for the card and the gift card. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Here, let me take this off. Thank you, G. Thank you, G Unit and Louis. I appreciate the card and the gift card that you gave me. Appreciate it mucho. So it's a great day at CrossFit. And then I went to and then afterwards, last night, I went out to dinner. One of the guys that goes to CrossFit with me is a chef, and he has 2 restaurants. I'm like, oh, and so we talked about it. I found out about 3 weeks ago, something like that. Yeah, about 3 weeks ago, and yeah, it was dope. I was like, oh, that's cool, man. There we go. And he's like, yeah. I said, my birthday's coming up. I'm thinking about doing something. He's like, well, just let me know. Just let me know. So I met up with my guy Mark, my fullback from the Thunder. Sorry, Tony. Tony's my fullback from the Chargers. My fullback from the Thunder, and I talked to the chef. He's like, yeah, sure, no problem. So ended up going to Boulevard Steakhouse yesterday. It's on Lake Street. It's right off of Halsted, 811 West Lake Street. So Halsted and Lake. All right. And boom. Man. Whew, bone-in steak. So I got to tell you, chef got sick with it. Oh my goodness, chef got sick with it. Oh, come on, let me know. Chef got sick with it, so he gave us an extra appetizer. He gave us an extra side, and he gave us donuts, a dessert. So he gave us shrimp cocktail because we ordered crab cake, and he gave us shrimp cocktail compliment for our birthday. Then we ordered the mashed potatoes and the mac and cheese. He gave us the not Brussels sprouts, the stuff on the right. I can't even think of it. Anyway, and then he gave us dessert. We weren't even going to eat dessert. And the lady said, "Oh, you want dessert?" We said, "No." She goes, "Well, what would you want if you were?" I said, "We're too full, man. I'm full." And she's I said, "Oh, let me get the cake." And I would have got the cake. And Mark's like, "Yeah, I would have got this brownie." And then she comes back with the brownie. So big shout out to our guy. Big shout out to my guy Joe Flam, who owns Boulevard Steakhouse. He also owns Rosemary, which is right around the corner. He's right around the corner, and yeah. It's funny, people don't realize yeah. Yeah, big shout out to my guy Joe Flam, who owns Boulevard Steakhouse, and Rosemary for the birthday love. We appreciate it, man. Great stuff. The food was phenomenal. Whoo, phenomenal. And I appreciate all the birthday treats you gave us. And I'm telling you, it was wow. The steak was amazing. So that's what I did on my birthday. Holy cow, was it awesome. I just had I had a great time. So birthday, good stuff. And then I'm probably going to see Santana tonight up in Milwaukee. My birthday celebration continues. Counting Crows open up for him, and he's the headliner up in Milwaukee. So I'll do that and come back tomorrow, first thing in the morning. So birthday weekend is good, man. It's good. I'm excited. So thank you for asking what I was doing, what I did for my birthday. Yeah. And no, but spoke fellas, did I die? No, I didn't die. But man, I'll tell you what, I had the meat sweats. And you know what? I only had one glass of wine. Because it's a long drive back to Orland from Fulton Market. So I got one. Leo, I did get sniped, bro. I'm telling you, it was 75, and it was only 75 pounds. So it was only 2 15-pound plates on a bar. But had I been able to go a hang snatch, as opposed to going all the way to the ground, I would have done it in no time. I got it done like 7:07. It was a 10-minute time cap. I got it done in 7 minutes. Hey, you're the second person to tell me that. And wait a minute. Hold on. Shorty, do not get chopped in the throat, bro. Do not get chopped. Don't you ever blaspheme on here again. Never, ever. I haven't had a steak well done since I was, when did my uncle tell me that? 12 years old, 13 years old. I will chop you in the throat, Shorty. You better watch it. And yes, this is live. Yes, this is live. So I had to do, she's a good friend. So she's like, all right, she's put it on. I bought it for you. I'm like, all right. I appreciate it. Don't hate, Ben. Don't hate, Ben. I got people that care about me. Don't worry about it. So what somebody else like, dude, you look. They commented on that as well. Crab cakes was good. It was one, dude. It was a big one. I was like, it was bigger than a hockey puck. I was like, damn. So we split it, obviously, and then we had the shrimp cocktail in addition to it. So a good day for my birthday yesterday. Thank you guys so much for the love, man. I appreciate it. Cornelius Guales, thank you, Papa. I appreciate it. Plank, thank you. Welcome to the show. One of the regulars. I appreciate it. Southside there, Shorty, trying to find out if it's live. Is it live? Is it live? Who's saying that? Is that the Beastie Boys? Is it live? Yeah. Shorty, when we meet, I think I'm gonna have to give you a chop I'm just gonna have to punch you in the chest just for that. Just for this comment right here. And it's on video. It's gonna be saved. So when I punch you in the chest, you'll be like, what the hell is that for? For saying that I like my steaks well done. Funny story before we get into the lineup. So one of my former players, when he graduated, I took him out. He he's like, hey, coach, he goes, I want, could we get together, just have some stuff going on? I was like, yeah, sure. So I was like, we went to Outback Steakhouse on 95th and Pulaski. And he was a little not uncomfortable, but he was like, oh, let me get this. And what are you getting, coach? I'm like, I'm getting this steak. And I think it was a New York strip. So I'm getting a New York strip. And he's like, all right, let me get this. So the lady comes and takes our order. And she asks him, he's like, I'll have this. She goes, how do you want it cooked? He's like, I don't know. Well done. Yeah, can I have it well done? I said, excuse me, miss. I'm like, can you give us a minute? I'm like, he hasn't. Check out, I'll come right back. I had to tell him, like, look, bro, I said, you don't need a steak well done. He's like, why? And I had to explain to him, like, because you do, it takes all the flavor out. I said, you might as well eat a rubber tire. I said, I will probably say, just try medium. Okay. I said, don't go to medium. I said, try medium. Medium, I said, you'll like it. You're going to taste the flavor. You're going to taste all this stuff. And so he was like, all right. So he was like, oh, man, coach, good looking out. I was like, I got you, kid. I got you. Well, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you, Papa. Well, listen, we got a great show for you. At 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, my man's in them. Kenneth Davis is going to join me. We are going to talk Bears football. I'm excited. Camp is in full swing. What did I say on Wednesday? Depending on, so what do we have? 5 practices, 6 practices already? Depending on the day and the reporter, the article, Caleb is a bust. Or if you check the next day, Caleb's going to the Hall of Fame. You check the next day, Caleb's a bust. If you check the next day, Caleb's going to the Hall of Fame. So he's somewhere in between a bust and Hall of Famer after 6 non-padded practices. 6 non-padded practices. We have determined that Caleb is somewhere between a bust and a Hall of Famer. He's somewhere in the middle. I love Bears media. I love it. Like, do you know what you're seeing? Do you understand? Don't get me started. But listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. And what, Cornelius? I remember I ate so much prime rib on prom because nobody liked it rare. What? Rare? Was it still mooing? Jesus Christ. King Booker World checking in, baby. Thank you, Papa. I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Rare. Anyway, on the other side of the break, we're going to get right to the top of the morning topics. We got a lot of them. But also, my man Ken Davis is going to join us at the top of the hour at 10 o'clock. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
We are looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators. A passion to change lives. Spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds. Help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Mental health and learning disorders don't discriminate. 17 million children and adolescents in the United States live with disorders like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and dyslexia. Less than half get the help they need to thrive. Help the Child Mind Institute change these children's lives. Visit childmind.org.
Double play partner. Hits a ground ball to first. Nice snag by Vaughn. The throw to second. One. Relay to first. Two. The hard way. 3-6-1 on a double play.
Yeah, really nice job by Vaughn. Staying composed, diving to his right, gathering himself, and almost shot putting the ball over the runner's head.
To Corey Lee as this one lifted high in the air to left center. Going back is Langford, and it's going to go off the wall. Brooks Baldwin will be waved in without a throw, and it's the White Sox striking first. How about it, birthday boy? Corey Lee with an RBI double.
1-1 home, swinging a chop to short. Lopez will feed Baldwin. One, relay to Vaughn. Two, and plenty of time. Second double play turn by the White Sox this afternoon.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning in Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of NBC Sports Chicago. Those are the White Sox unable to score. Give me strength. Give me strength. Give me some Mickey Ficky strength. Wow. Well, you know what? Let's get it started. Guys, you know how we do. The first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
First top of the morning topic, man. We saw it already. Lord have mercy. It's frustrating. Frustrating. My White Sox fall to the Texas Rangers 2-1 for their 11th straight loss. Cannon was on a bump. He got the loss. He's 1-5. All right, he went 6 innings, 8 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and a punch out. Quality start right there for him. Corey Lee was 1 for 3 with a double. His second, you saw that on the highlights, his 10th of the year. A double. His 10th, driving in his 26th RBI of the season. And Gavin Sheets was 1 for 2. Eloy Jimenez was 1 for 4. So the White Sox, they come home. They leave Texas, and they come home to host the Seattle Mariners tonight. First pitch is at 7:10 p.m. Central Time. You can catch that game on NBC Sports Chicago or listen to it on their flagship station, AM 1000. George Kirby's on the bump for Seattle. He's 7-7 with a 3.20 ERA going up against Drew Thorpe, the youngster, who's on a bump for the good guys. He's 3-1 with a 3.03 ERA. It's embarrassing what's going on. I've said that before. I'll say it again. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. All right, we're en route to the worst record in baseball. We got to come through with a couple of wins. Give me a 2 or 3 game win streak. You know? Yes. And then you're right, King Booker World. Dylan Cease throws a no-hitter yesterday. No-hitter for Dylan Cease. Second pitcher in Padres history to throw no-hitter. Man, it's tough to see, and all because of one decision, the Tony La Russa hire set this franchise back years. Years. What? Booker Wolf, we're talking about meat. It's got to be just right or burnt as hell. Well, what do you mean? If you're cooking a steak, like, how do you like your steak? Like, you got to go to like a real, at a real steakhouse. Like, how do you like your steak? Do you like it medium well? Like, even medium well is like, because the juicy, man, the flavor, the sabor, man, it's medium. I mean, if I had to, I could do medium well. If I had to, gun to my head, I could, but medium is the way to go. Anything less than that is crazy. Crazy to me, that is. Crazy to me. But interesting, how do you guys like your steaks? All right, do you like a medium? Do you like a medium well, medium rare? Do you like them rare? Do you like them well done? How do you like your steaks? If when you have a good steak, how do you like it cooked? Let's put it in the chat. Let me see. Let's talk about it. We'll discuss it while we're going through some other stuff. Just watch the highlights of Cease's no. Tell you what, that hurt me. That hurt me. I got the update yesterday from ESPN. He was 3 outs away, and then about 3 minutes later, I got a text from my guy, and then about a minute and a half later, I got the text from ESPN. Plank, you like yours medium well? Okay, like I said, I could do medium well. Well done, Michon. Oh my goodness, no. Oh no, Michon. You might as well be eating rubber. Oh. King Booker World. I go based on the Aracheta scale of color. Okay. An Aracheta, I'll go medium well. Because it's thinner. And I don't want it. And it's tough to get it to medium well with Aracheta, but man, medium or medium well, I could do for Aracheta. Because I want to make sure it's cooked. Because some people might not leave it on long enough if you tell a medium. It all depends on who the cook is. Like an output, I'll go medium. They have Aracheta for their steak and eggs on Sunday. Yeah. Bruja, you eat it rare? Oh, goodness gracious, great ball of fire. Oh, Junior, I don't want to eat my steak while it still has a pulse. Yeah, but you don't have to eat. It doesn't have to be burnt and have to be rubber either. I'm telling you. Aracheta, I eat well done. Yeah, Aracheta, because it's so thin, you got to make sure that it depends on the cook and how, But give it medium or medium well is the highest I'll go for. Medium well is kind of what I'll go if I don't know the dude, but I go medium. Oh man. Anyway, let's get back to it. The next top of the morning topic. The Cubs travel to Kansas City for a weekend set with the Royals today. First pitch is at 7 tonight. First pitch is at 7:10 p.m. Central Time. You can catch that game on the Marquee Network or on their flagship station, 6:70 a.m. Kyle Hendricks is on a bump for the Northsiders. He's 2-8 with a 6.69 ERA. He's going up against Brady Singer for the Royals, who's 6-6 with a 3.00 ERA. We talked about it on Wednesday. The Cubs, they had the same record going into the All-Star break last year as they did this year. Right? They missed the game. They missed the playoffs, the wild card. No, the play-in's only in basketball. Sorry. They missed the wild card by a game, I believe, last season. And so what you got to do is you figure you got to go on a run. All right, they were super close to making the playoffs last year, and I think they kind of felt they can do the same this year. Well, I don't know. I don't know if they can do that. They're not doing a good job of. I mean, if they're waiting for a run, they better start like yesterday or 2 days ago. because you keep falling. You keep losing. You lost to the Brewers. Again, like time is now. There's literally no time to waste. All right, the Cubs are 11 back. All right, they're 49-55. All right. Wow. This is wow. 49-55, last in the division. They better do something. They better get it going like now. And I'm looking at the White Sox record, and I saw yesterday in the newspaper 50 games under 500. 50 games. The White Sox are 78-27. They were 77-27 yesterday. 50 games under 500. All right, don't get me. I'm ready. Don't even. So the Cubs, you can check them out tonight. Marquee Network. Listen to them on 670 The Score. And there was talk yesterday that the United Center owners, who planned their $7 billion renovation of the West Side, they're expected to begin to break ground in spring of 2025. All right, here's some of the renderings from the 1901 project. They call it. That's the address of the United Center. It used to be 1900 West Madison, but it was across the street. But now it's 1901. They said they're anticipating breaking ground, beginning construction on this project in spring of 2025. And we talked about they haven't asked for any money. They haven't asked for public funding. Nothing. That's insane. That's pretty crazy. Here's another rendering of how it's going to look. This is the side of it. This is the north side of. So right where that is right there, that's a parking lot. That's a parking lot right there. That's where they hold the Windy City Smokeout. So, they own quite a few parking lots in and around the United Center, and I think they want to buy some more land as well. But they're going to make it mixed use, mixed income housing and a whole bunch of other stuff, and a music hall. Here's some parks. And then here's a music hall that they're going to have, like another venue. Remember I was saying, like, how many more freaking music venues do we need? How many more concerts do we need? Like, Lord have mercy. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. I don't know. But quick, man, with springtime, 2025. Okay. Good luck. Speaking of construction, the Sky. Man, oh man, they're doing it. The Sky have just announced that they are going to build a $38 million practice facility in Bedford Park. So my question is this: are they building one there, or are they taking over the Wintrust Arena and making that their own? But it says $38 million. I guess I should have read the article this morning. I didn't get a chance to. By Annie Costable in the Chicago Sun-Times. Yeah. So Annie Constable said in a press release that they shared yesterday, all right, the Sky announced it would break ground in partnership with the Village of Bedford Park on the 40,000 square foot facility this fall. So it's coming up. We're talking a couple of months. Okay. So no, it is new. So the building, which has been years in the making, will be located on the land next to the Wintrust Sports Complex near Midway. I mean, this will be a quarter mile away from Midway, because it's going to be on 65th Street. It's going to be in Midway ends on 63rd. So literally a quarter mile away from the airport. Also, they're going to get a monetary investment from the village. So this is important. 40,000 square foot, because this is one of the reasons why Kalia Copper left. All right. They're tired, they're pro athletes. They want to have their own facility. They don't want to have to share with anybody. They don't want to have to, share ice time with anybody. I mean, it's crazy. The Sky will join the 8, and according to the article by Annie Costable, the Sky will join the Las Vegas Aces, the Seattle Storm, and the Phoenix Mercury as the only franchise with individual practice facility. But there's going to be a third of the Mercury's and just over half of the Storm's $64 million facility. Seattle got a $64 million facility. The Aces facility in Nevada costs $40 million to build. So ours is going to be $38 million. All right. The Aces is a 64,000 square foot space, and the Storms is 50,000 square feet, and the Mercury's is 58,000 square feet. Ours is going to be 40,000 square feet. So it'll be the smallest of them all. Okay. But, and what Annie goes on to say in her article, what the heck did I just do? What Annie goes on to say in her article, it said, what is not debatable is the impact this will have on the Sky in free agency. News of the facility immediately puts the Sky a step above the Dream, Sparks, the Wings, and Sun teams operating without practice facilities in terms of player experience. So imagine had they done this, Kalia Copper might have still been here. But then again, we wouldn't have Camila Cardoso either. So everything happens for a reason, but now we have, when it's free agent time, free agents are going to take a long, hard look at Chicago. So the other question that I have, if that's where their practice facility is, where are they going to live? Where would you live? There are a couple. See, because you're not in the city. I mean, you're not downtown. Like, you're on the southwest side. You're by Midway. All right. And these girls are young. You're going to want to explore the city, but you also want to stay close to your practice facility as well. So there's a conundrum. I know along that industrial road, 65th Street, where the north side of 65th Street is Chicago, all the way to Harlem. The south side of it is Bedford Park, and that's where the facility is going to be. So you're literally, you cross the street, you're back in Chicago. So I know there's a lot of townhomes over there, so maybe the girls will rent those, or maybe even buy those if any become available. But where do they live? I mean, getting out of the city, out of downtown, won't be too bad. Taking I-55 to either to Central or to, you probably go to Cicero or to Harlem, depending on how far west they live to get in and out of the city. So just logistics, But it's no rumors. No. The Bulls are staying there. No. They're staying on Madison. Yep. The house that Chi-Town Barbie built. I wouldn't go that far, but they just put up the salt shed. Well, the salt shed was there. They just redid it off of the Kennedy. They just redid it. Man. I said it's a joke they wouldn't win 39 games this year, and holy shit, you're right. Hey, Richard Long checking in. Good morning, Papa. Do you think the Sox gets the record? Unfortunately, yes, I do. I hope they don't, but they do. They do have a legitimate shot of being the most futile, the worst baseball team in the history of baseball. Man. Got me all set. No. Oh, okay. So let's see. The next, let's see. The next top of the morning topic, training camp for the Bears is in full swing. Today is the day we've all waited for. They put on the pads for the first time today. Fired up about it. We're going to talk more about it with my man Ken Davis. He's going to join us at the top of the hour. It's going to be interesting. Okay? To an extent. Okay? To an extent. We've seen a lot of good throws. Caleb's a bust. Caleb's a Hall of Famer. Caleb's a bust. Caleb's a Hall of Famer. All this stuff, we've seen it. We've seen it. We've seen it. We've seen it. We synced it. Now we get the pads on. And even so, I get you're still not going to be able to fully determine because you're still your team. I mean, you're not going to, but we'll get a better understanding if things are moving smoothly. All right, we'll get a much better understanding. All right. Yeah. I'm excited. All right. I'm excited, especially after seeing, my man Justin got reps with the first team yesterday in Pittsburgh or in Pittsburgh's camp. I sent Junior and his son Mondo were on a thread, a text thread. Picture of that, and things are going crazy. I'm like, oh my goodness. Because at the end of the day, I'm still a Fields guy. I'm a Chicago Bears guy first, but I'm still a Fields guy. I'm not going to change that. Yeah, and King Booker was right. Apparently, they had some trouble in the red zone yesterday, and people are going crazy. Like, you have to understand, and this is why, excuse me, this is why I tell you, I want you guys to be smart fans, all right, and understand things take time. All right, you go in the red zone. First of all, we're playing the top 3 defense. All right, at the end, the last 6 weeks of last year, they were the number 1 defense in the NFL, and they're all back. The number 1 defense in the NFL, going into its 3rd year now. Same play caller, same players, a familiarity, a comfortability, an understanding of the defense, an understanding of where you can cheat and move, and you know what I mean, and take shortcuts here, compensate there, overcompensate here, and you get an offense with a new quarterback, a couple of new pieces, Rome Odunze, all right, Keenan Allen, Joe Everett. And people are pissed because the Bears struggle against this team. Like, why would you be upset if the quarterback in offense, who's learning a new offense, or who's learning to play together, are struggling against a team that was the best defense in the league? Why are you upset at that? Why are you upset at that? Why? I don't understand why people are. You're in a situation where this defense better be taking advantage of him. They better be teaching him with no mercy, because the next 17, 18 weeks, 17 games, no one's going to give a damn. No one's going to give him any mercy. But also, he's had a couple of good days. He's had a couple of good days. And you know what? He's talented enough to make those plays. And some people don't. Now, because he had a couple of plays, a couple of good days, like, well, he should have a good day every day. You're not against this defense. This defense is fine-tuned. Everybody on that defense is in the same spot they were last year and comfortable. It's no different. Put you Put you in your job. Look at your job, the job that you're at now. When you first started, how far along were you 1 year later? How far were you? Completely different, weren't you? That's this defense. This is the third year. Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker's third year. The first full offseason for Montez Sweat with this team after playing with this team. So he already has chemistry. Now he's got an offseason with this team to fully understand Coach Eberflus and his philosophy. Jalen Johnson is in his third year in the same system after he got his money. And he's talking about he's got something to prove. You just got paid, Papa. That's the attitude you got to have. This guy didn't make first team All-Pro. I got something to shoot for. But people are getting crazy. You shall not pay. You're damn right, Richard. You're damn right. It has, I wouldn't say 50, I'd say 60-40, 65-35, King Booker World, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Because here's the thing. You haven't had the run game. You haven't had pads on. How's that going to work? All right, the offensive line is, it's been pretty much 7-on-7. You're right, Brouhaha. It isn't just a cliche. You're right. You're right. They're getting this team ready to roll. I'm fired up, baby. So I'm not worried about the offense struggling against our defense. Hello. Definitely not worried. And one of the other things here, new Bears safety Jonathan Owens. This is the story a while ago, and I meant to talk about it, and I was like, let me mention it anyway. He'd been granted permission by the team to miss camp. See his wife, gold medal winner, gold medal gymnast, one of the best of all time, if arguably the best of all time. Simone Biles competing in the Olympics. He'll be gone the 29th to the 3rd. So all of next week, he'll be gone. Does this cause a problem? Will it set a bad precedent? I don't know how many athletes are married to gold medal Olympians. Call me crazy. I don't know. But listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we're going to welcome my man, Ken Davis. All right? So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the Superback, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica. Megan, you're a tramp. Ryan Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face.
My goodness gracious, create balls of fire. That just gave me goosebumps. Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of the Chicago Bears. Those are the Bears, baby. Those are the monsters of the Midway. Believe in monsters. Believe in monsters. Man, it's got me fired up today. They put the pads on. They start hitting, start crack-a-lacking a little bit, some popping. I'm telling you, there's nothing like the smell of fresh cut grass when you're going out to football practice in the first day of pads. Come on, man. It's got me fight. Dude, I'm telling you, Charlie got me excited. Got me excited. But I mean, I get too excited because I got to bring my man. My man's in them. Man, guys, you know him. He's a good friend of the program. He's the host of the Under Center podcast. You can catch him on NBC Sports Chicago. You can find him on Twitter at That's Davis. My man, Ken Davis. Man, what up, kid?
Nah, King Buka World, drop them down. What's up? What's up, my peoples? What's up, everybody on this side? I see Shorty, I see Michonne. So, of course, I see the Lara family. Shout out to everybody, man. It's nice to be back. How everybody doing on this side of town?
Dude, that might be your new nickname, Kenny. Drop him down, Davis.
Too old for drop them down. Back in my day, too old for that.
Awesome. Hey, first and foremost, happy belated birthday, bro, because yours is the day before mine. So
happy belated birthday to you too, my guy. Yours is the same day as my younger brothers. We didn't this year, next year we have to get back up and do something on our birthdays.
Yeah, because
that's what happened when the baseball team isn't good.
I'm saying we gotta do something like this, bro.
Yes. Look at Jay in the background as we're in Milwaukee.
I have the power.
Oh yeah, man. Great night right there. Great night.
I feel a dead body. It was a great night.
I thought to say dead people and everything. Dead people and everything. We brought Chicago to Milwaukee.
I see dead people.
And take those Chicagoans nowhere. Dead bodies start popping up.
Oh my goodness gracious, that was one hell of a night, man. You're making me cry, dude. Stop. You're making me cry.
Everybody for the birthday wishes.
Man, we're finally, all right. Finally, all right. Pads are coming on. And I said it earlier in the show. Is depending on what day you listen to Sports Talk Radio or read an article and who the writer was, Caleb's a bust, or Caleb belongs in the Hall of Fame. So you see it's safe to say he's somewhere in the middle of those. People were pissy about the game yesterday, the red zone.
I think anybody that's too far over the moon, pump your brakes. And I think anybody that's still it's murky dismal, they don't have to be on board. He has to prove them wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to bash him. He still has to come to the pros and prove people that he can play at the highest level. I think he'll be able to, but he still has to do it. I think we've heard enough good stuff coming out of camp. I try not to do a comparison with how it was going last year with how it was going this year because they didn't have the weapons that they have this year. So it wouldn't be fair to be like, yo, how many balls were sitting the ground? How did they operate here and there? But on the flip side of it, that's a good defense. And yeah, this is the thing about now. One, we'll find out about the young quarterback. I'm more interested to see what those trenches is talking about, to be honest with you. That's why it's pad time for me. Because now let's find out if these quote unquote sacks that was off of speed with guys not really doing anything with pads on, how many of those was real? But let's also find out how good this offensive line can block, because that's going to tell us a whole lot about a whole lot. But I think Caleb would be fine. But also we got to find out about Shane Waldron with this young quarterback and how he's going to call plays. Now, we know he's a professional, but we haven't seen it here, and we haven't seen him do it with a rookie. You know, we've seen him do it with veteran guys, regardless how you feel about Geno. Geno had been in the league forever. You know that Russ had been in the league forever. Now, because that's going to help his job as far as his next move. So, I mean, with me, I take everything with a grain of salt because I'll say this. I think some people want to be right, so they hype it all up like everything that Caleb does is good because they want to come out on the side of right. To me, it's not as important. I think they made a wise decision, and I think that they'll be fine to be true. The accuracy is there. When's the last time the Bears have had an accurate quarterback? Like, let's just start right. And that's not a Justin dig. I mean, go back and tell me when's the last time when we talked about one of our quarterbacks and accuracy was one of the things that you was leading with when you were describing them.
I'll go with Justin, but a lot of times the anticipation, those that people complain about, I go definitely Cuddy.
Cuddy didn't set his feet. Cuddy didn't set his feet.
No, he didn't. But he had that arm talent.
No. I said accuracy. Now, if you go on an arm talent, look, Chicago Cutler was one, but Denver Cutler was crazy. All right,
yeah.
I love Vandy Cutler. Like, I mean, and this isn't a knock, but before he found out he had diabetes and he lost all that weight, you know, like Cutler, Cutler, man, but Cutler never wanted to do the fundamentals properly. And then when he started getting older, I know Shorty didn't say Rick Grossman. When Shorty started, it's not a knock on anybody, because usually the thing is this, and then we'll get back to this Bears team. Usually, if the guy is accurate, he didn't have an arm. It'd be Steve Walsh. You know, it'd be a guy with you won't put Kramer in there because I want the guy with the arm. You know what I'm saying? But mostly, it's never been. Accuracy was in the first paragraph along with arm talent is kind of what I'm getting at. But regardless, he has to prove it against the pros, and they're going to be wanting to get at his ass, as they should, because he's been much hyped.
They should, and not just because he's much hype, but he's their quarterback. So, you know, we're gonna put you through the fire, man, because I need to know when we're on the sideline that you got the balls, you got the gusto to take this team down. And if you can do it against us, we'll have a hell of a lot more confidence that you could do it against anybody else. So we're giving you all that smoke, and be ready for it. And you know what? He hasn't backed down. And that's the thing I love about him, is he hasn't backed down. And yeah, they got the best of him. All right. It's definitely, I'd say defense like 4, Caleb 1.5, maybe 2. But that's okay. That's okay when you're learning a new offense, you have new weapons. This defense, before you came on, this defense is going in the 3rd year. Kyler Gordon's been here all 3 years. All right. Jaden Johnson's been here all 3 years. All right. Tyreek Stevens, Brisker's been here all 3 years. All right. You're getting guys, you know, and then the linebackers, there's their 2nd year after now 2 camps. Montez Sweat was part of the team last year. Now he's got another offseason. They're ready. They're comfortable. They're familiar. They know where they can cheat, where they can't cheat. They know they got to learn nothing.
Right.
They could just sharpen their skills.
They can add to what they already have now, because they know basically they know where they're supposed to be at. It's second nature. Now you can start adding more wrinkles to whatever it is you're doing now with the team, particularly now since your head coach is your de facto defensive coordinator. I still wonder, as far as the pressure up the middle, and that is a discussion for another day, because everything can't be fixed on this roster in two off seasons, because the first one almost doesn't count because Poles was just hired and they didn't have any draft picks. But you know, that'd be my only thing that I'm truly worried about. I'm not worried about the offense as much, because if you can't, I'm not even talking about Caleb being a stud. If you can't score with everything that they got over there, it's a lot of problems going on there. Like, you got 3 stud receivers, you got 2 nice linebackers, you got some backs, and I mean that in a positive sense. You got a nice running back in Swift, and you got 2 good guys in Khalil and Roshan. If the offensive line holds
tight
up,
ends.
I said you got two good tight ends.
Oh, did you? Okay, my bad.
Yeah, you got two
I was
good
reading over here.
I mean, if the line holds up, it's either Caleb sucks or Shane Waldron doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Because you have enough weapons to where Shawn, and you're talking about him going out there and getting it done. Unless it's one of those any given Sundays and a team just jumps out on your ass and, it's a lot of lopsided things happen and you're like, damn, it's a fumble. They go down there and score. Something happens on special teams. They get the ball back and now it's lopsided and you have to go in. But they have too many weapons not to methodically be able to go down the field and put the ball into the red zone or score field goals, in my opinion.
I think they have too many big guys where they shouldn't be foreign to scoring touchdowns. That shouldn't be foreign to them. Like you got a 6'5" Keenan Allen, you got a 6'5" Cole Kmet, you got DJ Moore. All right, you got a speedster and 6'3" Rome Odunze with a 39-inch vertical. Come on, man. I mean, I don't give a damn if you got a 40-inch vertical and you're 5'10". Well, guess what? That's 4 inches, and they're not even to mention the length of his arm. So we're talking. There should be multiple weapons, like inside the 30. Inside the 30, give me a jump ball, dude. Give me one jump ball. Get some occupy safeties here, there, and you know what? Keep one side of the field free. Throw it up. All right, Keenan, throw it to the youngster. You're young, you're full of energy, trying to impress Muggs. Do it. All right, now give me some TD. So I'm excited about it, and I'm really looking forward to the red zone, which maybe that's why everybody was so upset yesterday when they had problems scoring in the red zone, which, again, I'm okay with it. Because if Keenan was scoring, if Caleb was shredding his defense in the red zone, I'd be really pissed.
It'd be a problem.
That's a big problem. Yeah.
Also, because it's more compact, it's harder to score in there anyway.
Yeah, it is.
With
an extra defender.
Field. Shorty, Justin threw a accurate deep ball he did when he had the opportunity. I like this one from Richard Long. Caleb can Brock party all day. That's exactly what I'm getting to. That's exactly what I'm getting. And then he can do the heroic stuff, but he needs to be able to Brock with this type of stuff. He needs to be able to Brock Purdy, and then you do the freaky stuff. All right, as time goes on, and was like, oh, you got that in your bag too. You know what I'm saying? But with these you shouldn't be, unless the game is down because of what I was saying earlier. You really shouldn't have to ask a crazy amount from what he did with the amount of weapons that they provided for him during the offseason. Dude,
I said that on Wednesday. I'm like, you're going to win with Caleb initially. And Shane Waldron's job is to get him comfortable and say, hey, listen, there had to be a conversation. Say, look, bro, I know you're super talented. All right. But I need you to work this short game. I need hitches. I need slants. I need curls. I need quick ins. I need quick outs. I need crossing routes. I need this short game so stuck on automatic, to use a Jim Durham term. All right, so stuck on automatic. All of a sudden, double moves are going to kill people. All right? As you get comfortable, and as teams see that this is like we could throw on 3rd and 1. We're going to slant. We know we're going to get it, and other teams do too, and they get pissed. Once that is set and you get not to where you get it right, to where you can't get it wrong, now we'll add more stuff. Now we'll see now we'll open it up, and Caleb has to be on board with it. You got to be on board with going around, turning around, handing it to DeAndre Swift, turning around, handing it to Khalil, turning around, handing it to Will Shawn. Yes, when you want to throw it, you got to be cool with it. And if that conversation was had and Caleb's cool with it, oh man, then this offense is. And here's what I love about. I'm very happy about it. Is that the first 9 games, 10 weeks with the bye, first 9 games, there aren't a lot of teams in there, maybe Texans, the Houston Texans, maybe the Rams, who will exploit you if you screw up. All right, there aren't a lot of teams in there. It's not softer, and that's going to be very helpful for them.
As far as
what we think from last year's team.
Because that's the thing. Because we could say that, but you never know in the NFL who may be that team where it'd be like, man, I didn't think so-and-so was going to be that kind of team this year. And again, it's the easiest side of the schedule. I have to say that. Because, all right, you got Tennessee, Houston, Indy. They should be able to beat Tennessee and Indianapolis. All right. The problem is Houston and Los Angeles. They should be able to beat Carolina. Going over there to London, that can be a problem for them going over there to London. All right. So there, we're saying
those next 3 out of the break, though, that's beat up city.
That's East. That's East. Well, I'll say this. 2 of them, I'm with you. New England, you should kick New England's ass. All right. Washington, we don't know what this is the thing. Cliff Kingsbury's offense, usually you figure it out later on in the year because he never has many new wrinkles. So it starts to stifle throughout the season. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. I'm not saying they shouldn't beat Washington. Arizona, that one is the trickier one because they played for their coach. They played hard last year for their coach. So it'll be interesting to see if they take another step with the weapons that they have. That one, it wouldn't surprise me if they lost to Arizona, because also they're just not going to be world beaters every week. And the thing we was talking about, pressure, they also got to have pressure. You got a head coach that doesn't like the blitz. We saw that he did blitz. But what are you going to do this season if everyone's shifting everything over to Montez Sweat and you're not getting pressure from anybody else? I know they're talking about having Billings play some of the 3 technique now, which is fine with me because I thought last year at the beginning of the season, they was silly not to have him in on passing downs anyway when you were seeing how he was collapsing the pocket. Yes, he's a big hog, but you don't have that. You may not have that guy. I hope Gervon Dexter is that young man. I think they're putting a lot on his plate right now because if he's not successful, where's the pressure coming from?
Yeah.
But that's where if you were like list your concerns, probably offense clicking would be number 2, pressuring the quarterback. Offense clicking may be 2 or 3. Pressuring the quarterback, protecting the quarterback. Or it may be pressuring the quarterback, offense clicking, then protecting the quarterback. It'd be somewhere those 2, the second 2 and 3 will be, you could flip. The first one is pressure. The first one is pressure, man, because people now see what he, and I mean, Matt Eberflus, they see what he likes. They see what when he's pulling the trigger, what his tendencies are. So it'll be interesting to see how teams come at him now that you have tape on him calling plays with the type of Bears players he has in the system here compared to the system that he had in Indy when he was the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, and that's going to be, and I hope Gervon looks good. He looks the part. He came in slimmer. He lost all his baby fat, and which is great. Right, and that happens a lot for year 1, year 2. He invested in his diet, which is huge. All right, so we'll see. And for me, like I said, the second most important acquisition after Shane Waldron was Eric Washington, and I'm excited about what he can do for Gervon Dexter.
Right.
What he can do with Montez Sweat, who's already a Pro Bowler. What he's going to do with Billings, who's already a stud, and what he's going to do with that rookie. Because there's one thing that when you get a rookie, when you get good coaching, when you move up a level, right, from grammar school to high school to college, but when you get good coaching in the beginning of your tenure at that level, that stays with you. Because now you don't ever have to unlearn shit that you learned that was wrong or that wasn't effective. He's going to learn from a stud. So hopefully Booker can. For me, I'm still okay with him being a one-trick pony. In this year.
We said that, this year.
This year,
but that's okay because me and you have said for years if you can get a Mark Anderson type of guy, that's what something me and you said for like 4 years now, right? The amount of reps though, the lack of reps that he had, I don't want to put that much. Yeah, that's where and the amount of weight he made, and it may not be just. I'm not just talking about pounds. But just grown man strength with those lack of reps. He may be able to do it, Shawn. He may be so quick. His one trick may be, I'm so quick and I can bend so well, you can't do anything. I'm that flexible that I am at 3:00 or 3:30 on your, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm that flexible. Like you like damn.
They call me Gumby, baby.
Yeah, like look, the bottom of his body is upright. The side of him is totally that way, right? Yeah, you're just like. Man, I thought I was blocking him, right? Like, if he's just freaky like that, yeah. You got a guy out there on third, clearly passing down, that long distance downs, put him out there. And again, I'm not trying to knock them because I don't think we thought this team would be this talented, quote unquote. I'm talking about on paper, everybody. They have to go out and play games. I don't think we thought this team would be this talented, this fast, where really they got a hole on defensive line. You could say holes because you need waves, but like if they had another stud on that defensive line, this team would be a problem. And I'm not saying they will win a Super Bowl, but they would be a problem if you had to block two guys at height every time on defense. You had to be like, which way are we going? Which way are we going? That would be, particularly when you look at passing wise, how good they are from linebackers and DBs. Like they have pressure, man. And again, the thing is this too, and I'll say this and I'll stop. They need to make sure they get that situation straight. I know a lot of these guys are young, talking about the defensive backfield, but defenses get old really fast. They're not offenses. Offenses, a quarterback and a good receiver can last 8 to 10 years. DBs, man, you may have about 5.5 hot years out of them, and I'm pushing that half a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because the toll that it takes on you playing defense. You know what I'm saying? It's not, reaction is different from I know where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? When I'm reacting and tackling, I got to react and get you to the ground. You know what I'm saying? That's where you get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Compared to an offense, dog, I know, all right, I'm running it out. I'm going to get you right. I'm going, like, it's different. So that, to me, make sure you take advantage of having one of the best defensive backfields, in my opinion, in the NFL right now. If Brisker is healthy and performs well, I think Byard's going to be nice. I'm always going to have a place in my heart for Bojack, because very few players have come back the way that he came back. I don't care how anybody feels about him. Most guys in the scenario that he was in Chicago would have quit. And so for him to do what he did and then his body betrayed him, I have no ill wills towards him. But that defensive backfield, I mean, to me, and I'll ask you this, I was on with Aaron Heron last week. He had me on. He asked me a good question. I want to say this on Under Center. I'm going to say it this upcoming episode. Out of defensive backs this year, Shawn, who do you think will take the biggest step out of the defensive backfield?
Tyreek.
I said that too. And it was Kyler or Tyreek, but I said my heart wants to say Kyler, but I said Tyreek. I think it's Tyreek. I mean, seeing how he finished out, and also think about how many passes are going to go in his direction until he proves people wrong.
Bingo.
You know, like that's the thing.
Exactly.
We already know JJ. They're not going. If they don't have to, they're not going Jalen Johnson's way. I said I think it's Tyreek Stevenson. If you got two nice cornerbacks, a nice nickel guy, and you got your safeties are now interchangeable compared to somebody like preferring to play deep. Now it can be like, yo, you can come up, you can trick teams into not knowing your tendency now, because they know, even though, look, it wasn't pretty. There was a lot of nice shoestring tackles that Eddie Jackson had up at the box, where guys would have took that bad boy 20 yards down the field, and it didn't look nice, but he got there. He got that ankle real quick.
Yeah.
But I think that their defensive backfield is really nice, and if they can provide a lot of pressure, man, we haven't even talked about, and I'll say this too, we haven't talked about turnovers a lot. And that, like, when we talk about this offense, we don't talk about how many more opportunities they may be able to get with the defensive players that they have on this team. If this defense, because I don't think they've seen what it can be. I know it got hot last year when it's healthy, because you had Eddie Jackson out last year, and how many turnovers they may be able to get consistently. And we know turnovers go up and down season to season, but when you're this talent laden as they are, from linebackers to DBs, and talking about again in the passing game, I think, man, they're going to get a lot of chances at turnover balls and a lot of chances for the offense to get back out there and score.
You know, one of the things I'm really disappointed at the dedication, or I should say the attempts at turnovers. Like whenever we got, because I'm going back to the 06 team, all right? God forbid you get Peanut and one-on-one with a dude. You know that punch is coming. You know when. You know when, if it's gonna be a quick poop, or if he's gonna whine. You know what I mean? Or you got Urlacher ripping the ball. Like they had turnovers. They had a good amount of turnovers, and most of them were interceptions. Not a lot of them were forced fumbles, which I want more of those, because when you as a ball carrier, when you're like, oh shit, he's gonna. I know I have to cover the ball with two hands. It takes away, one, it causes you to think, which slows you down. But two, it takes away from your natural ability to play, and now you got the cavalry coming. All right. So I would love to see more of that. Remember, Peanut got trucked a couple times, like boop, park that ball out.
Yep.
He's on his back, but that ball's going the opposite way. And here comes the cavalry. I want to see a more concerted effort of punching that ball out, of ripping that ball out. All right, in camp. And then we have the practice with the Bengals, and then the Hall of Fame game, and all the preseason games leading up to the regular season, because that'll make me more comfortable. Because that will spread like wildfire. Like, oh damn, the Bears are gonna strip. Watch the ball, watch it, and that's what I need for these ball carriers to kind of, if any advantage, to slow them down a half a step. Man, that's what I want. I need more concerted effort from Eberflus on his team, his boys. Like, this is what I need you to do. They need to know we ripping stuff all day long, and that'll be dope, in my opinion.
I agree. I totally agree. And it slows down the defender, because now when they're getting ready to get tackled, their first thing they're trying to do is cover up the ball.
Yep. This wide receiver core, I'm loving it. Talk to me about what you think with, first of all, we're going to play Keenan, or are you going to rotate him? You know, because Keenan's 6'5". All right,
he's going to be slotted up a decent amount. I think you're going to see all three of them, but I think Keenan and DJ. I think Keenan's the most, and then you're going to see DJ too. I think you'll see definitely Rome sometimes, but I mean, you got to think mismatches with the height. You've mentioned how tall he is, and at times, you know, it'll be easy for him to be on other teams' nickel because him moving around and just underneath the type of basketball plays that he can do with his height. But he doesn't have to play basketball. Like, you know, I'm not trying to knock some receivers, but some receivers, all they have is catch radius. Now, this guy can catch. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think the receiving core, this is the best receiving on paper. Let me say that again, because they haven't been played. So I'm not going to disrespect no former Bears teams that went out there on the field and did anything. On paper, this is the best core, because just off of names, they're 3 deep. We've had it where they've had nice tandems, I mean, at receiver. You know, when you think about Alshon, when you think about Martellus Bennett, and you're thinking about Brandon, you know, that trio. But again, that's 2 receivers and a tight end. And then they had Zach Miller before Zach Miller got hurt, and he started flashing as that kind of guy that you can have. But this 3, and I mean, the youngest one, first of all, they all seemingly have good minds of them. But man, Rome, he's different. You know, like Rome, you talk to Rome, that young man is special mentally. To go along with his physical traits and the work ethic. You know, I don't care if a wide receiver is a diva, as long as it's really not messing with the team. I don't care if someone wants to receive the ball so they can do what they're getting paid to do. You know, I don't think Michael Irvin was a problem outside of off the field stuff for the big 3 in Dallas. Actually, he was the heart. He was the heart.
Yeah, the emotion of
it. But he would sit there and say, "Give me the ball," but he knew when to get off Troy's back too. You know what I'm saying? So I think it can be a positive. I do sometimes think it could be a hindrance, but the reason of bringing that up, I don't think they have that in Rome. Period. You know, like, it's just, I'm interested in, if he stays healthy, seeing who he will be in this market, because in some ways, because Caleb is the quarterback, he's going to get more attention. But I think just Midwest sensibilities, people may fall in love with Rome more than they fall in love with Caleb, because Rome is different. Like, they're both special, but Rome is I don't know, he's special. He's special mentally and physically.
Yeah. One question before we let you go, and guys, we're joined by my man Ken Davis from NBC Sports Chicago, the host of the Under Center podcast, talking Bears football with us here on Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. What do you do with those guys? So do you want, you said you wanted to keep him slotted up, Keenan Allen, and what about Rome? You know, because or would you think defensive coordinators will slide their second best cornerback, if they're in man, onto Keenan Allen? Because you want Keenan Allen, a 6'5" guy, going on, you know, a nickel back, or, you know, if a guy's hurt, now you got the fourth best receiver, best DB on Keenan, or do you slide him and now you got the third or fourth best guy on Rome? What do you think?
I think it's the former until Rome I think this is going to be Rome's year, and I'm going to get to with the Keenan Allen part. I think because there's going to be opportunities where he faces the nickel back third cornerback that he's going to
sometimes
the fourth. He's going to exploit some people. And I don't know receptions, what Rome's receptions will look like. I think his yak, and he's going to have some chunk plays. I think he's going to have some chunk plays. And that's really what's going to look like. Whoa, look at these yards this kid is getting, but he may only have, 6 receptions, but he has 110 yards off of those 6 receptions or something like that, right? I think but to get to what you're saying, until Rome starts doing that, I think the second best receiver is cornerback is going to be on Keenan. And then if Rome starts doing that, particularly how he's doing it, so if it's more traditional, your XY-ish, then it's going to be like, all right, cornerback 2, you go over there on him, nickel, you get on Keenan. But then you get to probably exploit Keenan because you could say the third best, but nowadays, look at how important nickel. Look how important Kyler Gordon is here as far as nickel. Kyler Gordon isn't a slouch, and he's still growing. You know what I'm saying? Like, particularly covered teams that primarily play cover 2 that are good defensively, they're going to have a nice slot cornerback because it's too important to have a guy out there. Like back in the days when we were young, he couldn't tackle. You know what I'm saying? It's like that wasn't an all-around cornerback, your slot guy. Like now, it's a premium when you look at what you're asking, depending on. But in general, even regardless of what defense you're playing, you're usually in nickel. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be in nickel, man. It's too many good receivers out here nowadays for you to be with 3 linebackers out there majority of the game.
Man, yeah, and I just think there aren't that many good nickels, or there aren't that many great nickels. You might have some good ones, but there aren't that many great nickels, and that's why I think we can. And hopefully, we play a lot of those teams who don't have great nickels because that's where we get to. Now it's a numbers game. You got 2. Most teams don't even have 2 good corners. We got 2 really good corners, and that's tough. To get a third one is even tougher. So that's why I love.
They have. I saw. I think Shorty was on here talking about Terrell Smith. His second year, and how he stepped up. Like they always had depth, but I think the depth is even better because it'd be interesting to see if someone gets hurt and Terrell Smith has to really play for an extended amount of time, the growth that he can get with a lot of important reps. But usually when the Bears had that backup guy, he's good. But this Terrell Smith is developmentally good, where he's good, but he can even be better with the youth that's on his side, being a young player just getting drafted last year out of Minnesota.
Man, Ken, great stuff as always, brother. You know me and you could talk football for hours, man. Do me a favor though, let everybody know where they can find you and your work online and see that beautiful mug of yours on television.
Under Center, Wednesdays, 5:30 p.m. NBC Sports Chicago. Follow me at That's Davis Show. Everybody, man, look, be safe. Always appreciate the time spent here and always the great encouragement. It's appreciated. It's not whatever. Like that's not the type of person I am. Shawn, you know you're my guy. Love you. Tell your mom I said what's up. And everybody, I'll see you probably in about 3 weeks to a month. Like,
I gotta go pick her up from CrossFit right after the show. She's done. Cool, man. And we still got to get together, bro. I'll hit you up and
we do.
And cause I got that gift that's like almost a year and a half old for you.
Okay,
we'll
definitely. We got weeks and some good weekends ahead of us where we can get up. But yeah, man, I'll holler at you, man. I always appreciate you.
Bet. Thanks, Ken. Guys, that's Ken Davis from NBC Sports Chicago, the host of the Under Center podcast, talking Bears football with your boy. Man, I'm very grateful for him. All right. He gives us his time. He's busy. All right. And now it's his busy time of the year. Now it's his time to, Bears football runs the city. All right. It runs the city. And, we love it. All right. We're prisoners of it. We're of that organization. All right. We're passionate about that organization more so than any other teams. And not saying we're not passionate about other teams. Cub fans are passionate about your Cubs. Sox fans are passionate about the Sox. Bulls fans. All right. But this Bears team, the passion for this team is unparalleled. All right. It's unparalleled. And maybe because of the short amount of the small number of games, but for whatever reason, it is. And I love it. Football is an emotional sport. I played it for 30 years of my life, coached for 17 years. All right. I've got almost 50 seasons of football in me. All right. I love it. I get it. All right. But man, it's finally good to have all these expectations. And we've had them before. Okay, with Cutler back in 13. Okay, in 19 after the 2018 season when Mitch had a good season, we were expecting more. We had a lot of good vibes and good feel, a lot of anticipation. All right, this is another year. This is another one. All right, this is another year where there's a lot of expectations. And it's the sad, not sad, but the cool part is that there'll be more expectations next year because Caleb will not learn a new offense next year. He's not going to have to get used to the weapons. He's not going to have to get used to DJ Moore. He's not going to have to get used to Roma Dunze or Cole Kmet or DeAndre Swift or Gerald Everett or, you know what I mean? Like, next year will be even better. There'll be even more expectations, especially if this offense starts clicking. If Shane Waldron approaches this season the way I suggested, I mean, he's a multimillionaire coach. I'm not. But if he attacks this season the way I suggested, has a conversation with Caleb, say, hey, listen, we're not going to win because of you. We're going to win with you for the first 10 weeks of the season. All right. Or maybe even the first 6 games. So you get your feet settled. All right. Everything is slowing down. Okay. Those last 3 games, weeks 8, 9, and 10, will open it up. But I need you to understand that this first 6 games, and we'll see. It'll be going into that bye and coming out of that bye. We're going into the bye. We're going to self-evaluate, see what you're doing, see how you feel. See if you're picking up on things, if you're able to read blitzes, set protections, all this other stuff. We can see it. And if I do, good. In weeks 8, 9, and 10, we're going to open you up. And if he's okay with that, bring him along. I'm telling you, that short game has to be automatic. Has to be automatic. Off the dove, we average 33 points a game, dude. We're going to the NFC Championship game, Papa. We average 33 points a game. It's a lot of points to average. All right, we'll probably meet Philly or somebody in the NFC Championship game. I'm just saying. But that's what combine your comment off the dub and this team holding teams at 28 points and under. You're damn right. That's going to be a real problem. And that's where the defense has to step up early. Defense has to say, look, for the first 6 weeks, 8 weeks, hell, first half of the season, or first 10 weeks of the season, 9 games. We'll make it nice and easy. First 9 games, we have to play above. We got to carry this team, which is why I refer to and talk to Ken about I need to see more people punching that ball out. I need to see more people stripping that ball away. I need first person who gets there it holds them up. Second person gets the ball. That's the type of stuff that we need. That's the type of stuff I need to see. It needs to be deliberate. You knew whenever you're with Peanut, you had to control. You had to cover that ball, protect that ball, because you knew damn well what was going to happen. Damn well. And it's not there yet with this team. I'll tell you what, though, you start next Thursday. You start in that game. You start punching. You get 2 balls on the ground. It doesn't have to be one person. 2 different people punch the ball out against the Texans in the Hall of Fame game. Guess what? That reputation is going to spread like wildfire. Before preseason game number 2, that reputation will spread. That's what I want. Here's where Matt Eberflus really has to make a point. And he's got at one point he's gonna have to get mad if he doesn't see at least I would say as a coach, I would say 5 times I need to see a legitimate, no frills punch at that ball. There better be a minimum of 5 times when we look back on tape at this game. Minimum. Here's like bam, left hand, right hand. But one of the things I question is this. Why don't they take boxing classes? Or maybe they do. Is it highly encouraged to take boxing classes for DBs? Even for defensive linemen. That'd be great for hand movement. But also, hey, you could be getting blocked, the running back's running by you, and you're like, pow. And it's not to know how to throw a punch. It's the hand-eye coordination of hitting a spot, hitting a target, a moving target. Because I don't know if any of you have ever boxed before. Boxing's tough. Boxing's tough. You're damn right he did. King Booker World, you're damn right he did. Yes, he did. They practice that all the time. And this is what people need to do. This is what if you want to work on stripping the ball, guess what? You got to practice stripping the ball. You got to work on punching the ball out. You got to work on punching the ball out. You want to be the best at creating turnovers? You have to practice that. Funny, off the dub, you're right. They're like, oh, yeah, he's a ballerina dancer. Oh, damn, he just ran by me. These are all the small things that make a championship team. Like if I'm Eberflus, I'm telling them take boxing classes. You got enough money? All right. Get a trainer, get a good boxing trainer. Boom, 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 pow, pow. And you got to hit that I don't know what's called, the speed, not the speed bag, but the bag that moves. Boom, boom. So you got to get them under the wow. All these things, like this is your livelihood. This is what's making you millions. This is what made Peanut Tillman millions. In addition to his ability to cover Charles Johnson, and Randy Moss, but that's another story. But you got to do the little things. What did I tell you? Coaching matters. What did I tell you? If you take care of all the little things, there are no big things. You take care of the little things, there are no big things. And this is where Eberflus has to get this team, especially the defense, in love with the process, in love with doing the little things. In love with it. Because you might be the last line of defense. The last DB. Everyone went one way. They faked everybody out. All right, because they're paid. Their offensive coordinators are paid too. Let's not get it twisted. And they'll get you sometimes. They'll get you just like you get them. You're the last line of defense. They get past you. It's a touchdown. Boop. Oh, snap. Ball went out. Guys going this way. Ball's going that way. Ball carrier's going this way. Ball's going that way. Guess what? The cavalry who were going to catch him if he freed up, now they got a chance at the ball. All these things. You know, I'm looking forward to that defense. I'm also looking forward to this offense. I'm looking forward to this run game. I'm looking forward to Nate Davis staying healthy. I'm looking forward to Tevinjenkins deciding, oh, you don't want to pay me and I got to bet on myself? No problem. Watch this. Tomorrow's price ain't going to be today's price. And I'd be happy with it. And, you know, I'll tell you who else would be happy with it. Ryan Poles. Ryan Poles will be happy if that's the case, because now you already know what you got. You know he's nasty. You know he's mean. You know he doesn't take plays off. Now you just need to know if he can stay healthy. Yes, starting Monday. So this week goes 2 days, Wednesday and today. Next week I'll be back all 3 days. Yeah, off the W, like still questions at DN. Let's fill that spot ASAP. Yeah, but you got to bring Yannick in here. I mean, you running around on a high school field doesn't show me you're healthy. Like, it shows you're recovering. You got to get in here. They got to see if you're being stressed. There's a lot of stuff you got to work on. A lot of things the Bears need to see. And just know, he's not getting $10 million. That's for sure. Not this year, not from the Bears. And there are questions, because here's the issue. If you get that pocket collapse from the inside, like Billings can do, you're going to want to make sure that you get pressure from the edge, because now you can't step up. We talked about that. Quarterbacks, the one thing they hate is when the pocket collapses from the inside. I'm with you, Cornelius. And more power to him. You got a brand new baby girl, I want to say. You got a brand new child. All right? Make that money. Make that money. I think this defense will be good whether they sign Yannick Ngakoue or not. I just believe that Coach Washington's going to really have these guys. He's going to really maximize the talents of these guys. Really maximize. Shorty says, I want Tevin to be a Bear for life. I do too. I don't know how realistic that is, but I do too. He encompasses everything the city believes in: hard work, nastiness, more than willing to do the dirty work. Okay. I love it. You keep saying this. Excuse me, King Booker World, you keep saying it. So I'm going to have to remember, when it happens, if he becomes a staple or a productive member in that rotation, I'll give you mad credit, Papa. You're the one who talked about Jacob Martin. You're the one who was on him the whole time. No, he don't need to start. Unless he has a phenomenal camp, which is not out of the realm of possibility. But no, you got DeMarcus Walker out there. You're good. You got DeMarcus Walker, Billings, Dexter, Sweat. You don't need to start Booker. You don't need to start him. All right? You don't need to start him. I don't think you need to. It's not a situation where, okay. I think DeMarcus Walker will do just fine on that side. He'll be fine. So that's the cool part. Like I said, I told you guys, but also telling Ken, man, Booker, you come in, you go get the quarterback. That's it. That's all I need you to do, Papa. Go get the quarterback. That's it. It's 3rd and 8. Go get the quarterback. All right? Go get the quarterback. You don't have any responsibility. Don't worry about the screens. Don't worry about the run, the draw. Don't worry. Go get the quarterback. It's 3rd and 8. It's passing down. Go get the quarterback. All right. Do what you've done well to this point. And if you don't think that him and DeMarcus Walker and Sweat have worked on various moves, all right, here's your move. Boom. Here's your counter move. Boom. Here's a second counter move to what an offensive lineman can do. All right, he can go speed rush, spin. Speed rush, spin, rip, got it. All right, we would work on that. I remember when I was a defensive coordinator, man, we'd work on that with the D-line. Speed, get off. And if we felt the guy was leaning too much or jumping or overplayed, boom, we'd spin. We'd club or we'd spin. Okay. But then we play some good tackles. We Lakeland Tomlin plays for, who's Lakeland Tomlinson? Lakeland Tomlinson plays for. Not the Chiefs. Maybe the Lions. I don't remember who Lakeland. Let me see. Lakeland. Here you go. Seattle. Okay, who's Seattle? Yeah. He played at Lane Tech, so he was in our division for Curious. We played him twice. We had to get guys who able to get off of him. So work on the spin, work on the speed, then work on the spin, then work on the rip. All right, a club, rip, spin, rip. Because once you spin, all right, you're still in your momentum's kind of taking you the other way. If it's got to be a real tight spin, but he could just use that, boom, as an offensive lineman, which you got to rip. So you add, it's a progression. And if you don't think they're working on that with Austin Booker, you are crazy. You're crazy. Bruja 7, I hope he goes berserk on third down. We do. But the one thing we got to make sure is that we don't continue to not set the edge, which is why I think DeMarcus Walker starts. Why I think he starts. Lane's like, Hero Subs. For those of you who don't know, Hero Subs is a really famous spot across the street from Lane Tech that was frequented by the kids when they went there, but also by people. Like people would go there, after you graduated and you worked in the area. It's Hero Subs. I don't know. They put Kieran on a not gonna play list for a while, whatever. Yeah, they closed it. They closed it. It was they closed Hero Subs, and that was a sad day for a lot of Lane Tech alumni. That was a very sad day. Yeah. I had it a couple times. They were good. They were good. They're good. But a lot of, again, let's go to the offense and finish it up. Just like I'm hoping Caleb, and if you listen to my interview with Randy Trivers, my college buddy, who was Caleb's coach in high school, he said Caleb just wants to win, and he's okay with if we threw the ball 40 times or if we threw it 15. Said he just wants a W, and and Caleb has said that as well. And if that's his mentality, we're going to be in a really, really good spot. We're going to be in a really, really, really good spot. Because when you understand that there's steps to this, there's levels to this, and you say, okay, cool. It means he's embracing the process. So for me to be great, I have to go through this first step where they're going to win with me. I'm going to hand the ball off, short game. All right. Shorty said, I hope he has 300 yards and three tutties. You could have 300 yards and hit none but slants and curls, crossing routes, one or two chunk plays. Because the yak that DJ Moore has, you could throw him a hitch, you could throw him a slant. Remember the Washington game where Justin hits him, the cornerback bites, he tried to jump the route, he missed, 50-something yard touchdown. So Caleb can have those numbers, but a lot of them will be yak. And guess what? It doesn't matter. No one asked, well, how many were after the catch? Nobody gives a damn. You just look at the numbers. Well, he had 300 yards. But don't be disillusioned if he only has 230 yards and we win. See, I think part of the thing is everyone says, oh, we got to be 300. We got to be average 300 yards. We can need a 4,000-yard passer. We need this. We need that. We need this. No, you don't. We need to win the God-blessed game. That's what you need to do. Stop worrying about all the superfluous stuff and individual accolades and awards and stats. And focus on what this team needs. They're still growing. And they're still building that base. Once you get that base built and it's fortified, whew. So as long as Caleb is down with that, and he's got a guy, he's got Shane Waldron who's helped. Again, these are veterans. Now, can he work with a rookie? I hope so. I hope so. Because if he can't, I'm telling you, and it's like anything. It's always slower in the beginning. If you ask any millionaire, if you ask any millionaire, what was the hardest million for them to make? It was the first one. The first one. And once they did, more millions came after that. And that's the same thing with this team. The efficiency, it's going to take time. But once you get it, man. No, the first 2 Super Bowls Brady won weren't on him. 2 or 3. They're on the defense. Willie McGinnis. You know, and I can't think of the linebacker from Arizona. I can see him talking. But like you had Will Fork, William McGinnis, not Marvin Harrison, the kid from Joliet Central. Or Marian Catholic, excuse me. Rodney Harrison. All right. You had those. That was the defense. That was the defense going those first 3. Teddy Bruschi. Thank you. Thank you, Junior. Yeah, those are the ones who really got Ty Law. Those are the ones who really won those first 3 defenses. They were the reason they won. The other 6, 7, those are Brady. And Vinatieri's leg, yes. And Vinatieri. Let's not forget him, Adam Vinatieri. Hey, well, listen, guys, man, I had a phenomenal time hanging out with you guys. So listen, let's do this. I got to bounce. I have to go pick up the warden from CrossFit. All right, I'm heading up to Milwaukee again today, a couple hours to go see Counting Crows opening up for Santana. He was on my bucket list. I'll be back in the morning. Guys, enjoy Summertime Shy. Thank you for the birthday wishes. 53 trips around the sun. I'm very fortunate and blessed. All right, not everybody gets to have that many trips around the sun. All right, especially after my cousin passed. It'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. It hit home a lot. It hit home really hard, I should say. So, which is why I always tell you, make sure you tell your loved ones you love them. All right, let them know. Make sure that there's no question in their mind, in their heart, and their mind that whether or not you love them or you care about them, because you tell them all the time. It sounds corny. How you heard Ken today? He's like, "Hey, I love you, brother." All right, we got to do that more as men. All right, because there are a lot of people we do love. We're not too cool to say we love them. No, let people know. All right, guys, you have a phenomenal weekend. The Fiesta del Sol is this weekend. I'll probably be there, so I'm going to Milwaukee tonight. Spend the night up there. Come back tomorrow. Go to the Fiesta del Sol. I got brunch with a buddy of mine on Sunday. Summertime Shy, baby. It's in full effect. All right. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. And it's not saying you have to go to fest, but just go out, do something, have dinner, get to a patio, have a cookout with family and friends. Go get a cookout. People you haven't seen, invite them over. All right. Set something up with your loved ones. All right. And let's cheer on our Bears. All right. Let's cheer on our White Sox. Hope they don't become the most feudal team in the history of Major League Baseball. And root on your Cubs. All right. I know you Cub fans are passionate, man. You don't want you want more for than what they're doing. All right. Let's cheer. Enjoy it. Have a good time. Man, you only do this thing called life once. So let's have a good time, enjoy it. Make sports a major part of it, and make sports a part of why do you think sports are so important? When the Boston Red Sox won the World Series for the first time in years, in 3 or 4 generations, when the Cubs, then the Sox won, then the Cubs won. Why? Because sports are used. That's usually where we bond. That's where with our parents. All right. How many times did we see when the Sox won or the Cubs won, people were crying because their dad wasn't able to witness the World Series, because that's where they bonded with their parents, their mom and their dad. Well, let's use sports to bond with our family, our friends. All right. Enjoy this weekend. It's going to be nice this weekend. Let me double check. Let's see what Cheryl Scott has to say. It's going to be 83 today. 83 tomorrow, 87 Saturday, 87 Sunday. Beautiful. Come on, baby. Get your people out there. Have a cookout. Make it simple. All right. You don't got to be all extravagant. You don't got to go to a $300 brunch place. It's not it. It's not about that. It's about spending time with your loved ones, and make sure you do that this weekend. All right. You got a few more weekends of Summertime Shy. Excuse me. make sure you spend it with your loved ones. All right, folks. Guys, have a great weekend. I'm your boy, the Superback, Shawn Sierra, from everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago. Elliot Baez, our executive producer, Clarence Counsel, my social media guy, and my co-host in absentia, Maya. I'm your boy, the Superback. Again, Shawn Sierra, have a phenomenal weekend. Sports owners, I love you. I appreciate you. I love the support. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for everything, all you guys coming in. And we are back now 3 days a week. This will be re-aired tonight at 6 o'clock. All right. So your boy, the Superback, and everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, I am out. Have a great weekend. Deuces.